Greetings, family. Welcome back to yet another valuable video. So over here, I really want to show you a very powerful smart money trading method that I always use in the markets to get the sniper entries. Again, we are on the episodes of School of Sniper Entries, and I'm not sure what episode we are on. I haven't labeled them, but the knowledge is quite peculiar that will grow you to the next level. Now, let's start on this very setup here on Dax30. I did send it to my mentorship Discord, and it was a wonderful trade. In fact, we had multiple confirmations from other students as well. So I do like it when everybody sort of participates within that nature. So I don't want to waste your time. Let's further get in here. So the first thing, as I always advise and advocate for when it comes to the trading space and just on this channel alone, is that we need to really follow the trend. And as you can see, I've labeled the trend quite well over here in the sense that we can see the last higher low, that was our change of character. So we did have a change of character over here. Let me just use a nice bright color. Okay, so we did have a good change of character over here that we can see. Okay, this is the change of character. Now, again, we did have the break of structure. Now, the break of structure, the importance of it for my beginner friends and my learned friends over there is that we need to see what higher low or lower high in this case in a bearish trend broke that previous lower low. So we can see in terms of the nature of the market, we can label this and say, this is the lower low, this is the lower high. Now, when a lower high facilitates a breaking of the lower low, then that will be a valid break of structure and we can market check. Now, once it has done that now, my goal, and I want it to be your observation on this video as well as your goal as well when it comes to trading, that you may get together with myself this kind of entries next time, right? Is that as the market broke that structure and it starts to pull back into the previous lower high, what I want you to do is sort of just simply just use a Fibonacci. Take it from the highest point, take it from the lowest point. Now, for those who are interested on the settings of this, I will display it on the screen. Hopefully it does display it. But simply what I am doing here is to just simply see the discount and premium markets because I always want to trade in the premium, right? When I'm selling. So here's the settings over here on your screen. So we have the 0, we have the 38, we have the 61, 23, 50, 78, and of course the 1. And the rest of them, they are ticked off or switched off. And of course, I did sort of customize it here to my colors over here. Okay. But as you can see, once the market started pulling back into my lower high, I'd already marked it as a valid supply zone, of course. As you can see, this zone here was a little bit large, but the essence of this video is to show you, as you can see, I took it from that candle to that candle there, that spinning top candle. I like it so much because it shows me the strength of that supply as well. So as you can see, that spinning top, I took that whole range, stretch it across, that is our supply, and I also marked it at 50%. Now, for those who are wondering how we do this whole 50% zone, okay, I'm just gonna put this here. I'm just gonna show you how we do that. You go to the settings over here and you say middle line. So if you press, it disappears. If you edit, it just adds it over there instead of putting other tools. So it just adds the 50% that you need of the zone. So as you can see, we have that actual zone. But now I'm not just gonna put my trade all the way here, guys. Okay? I can't just do that. Let me just show you. Let me just click this. I'm not sure if it's gonna allow me. Let's see. Let's see quickly. There we go. I can't just put my entry right here, guys. This is going to be a bit further refine this. Let me just play it back over here, put it back to how it was. How we further refine this is to look for a common ground. Yes, we can put the 50% within that zone, but also looking for a common ground. This is where now I go to the 15 minutes time frame and I look for a supply within a supply. And as we can see, we did have the big supply, which is the H1 supply. Now we did have another smaller supply, which was also a spinning top candlestick over there. And of course, I just stretched it across. And as you can see, it was matching directly with this 50%. As you can see, this is the zone and it matched directly. So it gave me a high confidence for the zone. We also did see liquidity that was building up over here. It used this fair value gap, but again, this was not in the actual premium markets. That's why it's important to label those things. We can see we have a diagonal liquidity over here in terms of that overall liquidity that the market to take, right? Or that wanted to take, right? We can see we had so many lower highs that were created, and many people probably would have hoped that as it pulls back, it's sort of gonna actually just sell right here. But again, we know, and I want you to be aware of that. We know this kind of stuff that they just tricks from the market. And as you can see, I took that sniper entry, also sent it to my group. I set multiple take profits over here in terms of this highs here. I was quite aware of this previous highs, and I took a take profit here. That was my first take profit. I took my second take profit here. It did hit in the AMs, and now we're just pulling back at break even. But overall, this was the beautiful, beautiful trade that I took on Dax30. Now, what I want to teach you over here just before I go to NASDAQ is that number one, observe the trend. If you want to trade intraday setups, the H1, it is your best time frame to go to. Highlight the zone that facilitated the breaking of a lower low, in this case being a bearish market. If it was a bullish market, highlight the demand zone that facilitated the breaking of a higher high. Okay, once you've marked that, put a Fibonacci. Once it pulls back, refine that zone to get a good sniper entry that makes your stop loss much smaller and allows you to take larger profits. That is the key of trading, is to really maximize on a trading opportunity such as this, such that we really get an entry that bears out lots of profits with less risk. Then that is a good deal. Okay, that is a good deal. If you're a salesman and there's less risk at the deal that you're making, it's a good deal. You are able to risk more because there's less risk involved. Now let's go to NASDAQ over here. I called out NASDAQ on our weekly focused. I did call it out. I'm not sure how many of you guys saw it in terms of the exact entry. I said, guys, I wanted to pull back into these areas here. If you don't believe me, go and watch our weekly focus. That should also motivate you to watch every episode diligently. Take it serious. Take some notes. I know it's not fancy cars and so forth, fancy lifestyles that are shown over here, but it is valuable information that is crucial for you to even get that lifestyle. I'm not all about showing that, but I'm all about showing you how to get that. Okay, let us get into it. Glory be to God. Now, again, it's a very similar scenario over here. I did see this lower high that the market created. Now, it was actually swept. As you can see, we did have that higher high. The market actually gave us a lower high, lower low at that point, and created a new lower low and created a new lower high. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So we do have that highest point. The market created a lower low at the very point of that, created a lower high. So this was an M formation for me, and we had a lot of liquidity that imprinted itself. Now, when we have a candlestick like this, oh my God, I tell my students this is a green flag for them to trade because it shows evidence that smart money is in. They were able to sell the market so hard that they're gonna pull it back and sell it further hard, right? So they pump in money over here, create a demand level for us over there. A supply rather, sorry about that. I know my critics are gonna be on my neck. A supply over that. Let us mark it nicely here. So that is a beautiful supply that we see. And as you can see, I could have just chosen to say, you know what, I'm gonna put my entry all the way at the beginning of that zone. I've done that. There's ways we detect how to do this, guys, right? I'm just teaching you on the basis of the resources that are relevant to the free content that you're getting, right? If you want to really upgrade to the next level, guys, and know how where zones are going to imprint, how to get further sniper entries, how to tell that the market is slowing down through our phenomenal of triple R, to just to know exactly the market behavior, the nature of the market. Not just that, but have a relevant trading community that is hands-on, that we trade, we send trade setups, we interact out of various topics, including trading fundamentals, news trading, as well as just overall political stuff that affect the market. If you're looking for that kind of community, not just the trading course, our course is definitely for you. So the advanced trading course is available on our website. Okay, you can go ahead, purchase it right now with the link in the description of this video or in the comment section. I will put our link up over there for those who really want to level up in trading. Now let's get back to this. Now, as you can see, I got a sniper entry. Okay, I did give my stop loss a little bit of room to breathe over here on this setup, but I was well satisfied with the range that I'm targeting. This was a 1:5, right, in terms of this. And the sniper entry really gives me zero to no drawdown at all when it comes to the setups. How did I do it? Again, I like to look at candlesticks. Let me give you a tip on how we predict zones, right, in terms of the very reaction of it. The candlestick says a lot about how it's going to behave. If it's a spinning top like this, definitely it's going to react all the way to the 50% and directly at the 50%. So as you can see, we did have the 50% of that zone and the market came into it and touched directly on that 50% of that zone and the market sold. If it was another candlestick, I would have put it at the beginning or still a further up, because we know this type of stuff, guys. We teach this type of stuff in the upgraded mentorship. We're still within the mentorship, but it's a little bit upgraded in terms of the standard of teaching, right? HD kind of quality. So as you can see over here, we've been eyeing this. I mean, it was based on the daily bias, guys. We're based on the daily bias. So on the daily bias, we can see that we did hit a demand level, a supply level over there. Why do I keep on saying demand? I'm not sure. Okay, a supply level over there, we did hit it. And as you can see, the market has been selling. Now, when it started pulling back, for sure, for us in the mentorship, again, I didn't just call this out. My students who I've taught the very knowledge that I was telling you about, they called it out way before I even called it out. So that's what a good mentor does. He trains people to be like-minded like him with the exact skill. Okay. And as you can see, we did see liquidity there because the market only filled in the imbalance of that. But it was just sort of inducing traders to thinking they are selling all the way. They were stopped out and we were, brought in, and the market tanked all the way down there with that whole liquid market. Now, these are absolutely beautiful trade setups. This is not a show-off session, guys. This is for you to be really empowered through this kind of videos, to really get to replicate the kind of results that you see on my chart over here. And that happens, number one, by observation, which you've already ticked off. Number two, right, is by practice through diligence. So you need to go and practice, not just what I showed you, but similar setups. Try to find them, even if you just plot them, then about get understanding through our various content that we have created from this channel. So people want the easy way. This is not the easy way. There's a lot to trading. It is rather a marathon than a sprint when it comes to trading. Okay. But anyway, that is it for today, guys. I will see you on the next video, which is going to be also educational. And yeah, we will see that we can do a market recap, but I believe showing you the NASDAQ setup was a market recap for the actual NASDAQ focus that we did on Monday. Please do follow that up. The next Monday, we're posting a new market focused. So do be part of that. Be those people who click on those kind of videos. God bless you. See you on the next video.